Hey, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do what's called 5 days of workouts. Now, one of the things that I've learned in being in the fitness field is how much I love working one-on-one with clients. You know, besides nutritional consulting and doing fitness classes of all kinds, I just really love have that one-on-one experience with the clients that I so miss right now. So with that said, I like to treat you all like my own personal training clients. I'm going to put you through a series of workouts, all separate, so you can do one a day, separate them, do one a week, however it works for you. Even cycle around 2 or 3 times if you like. Eventually you'll have to make a change on it though. You know, if you repeat the same thing over and over, eventually it's not as effective. So with that said, let's go ahead with 5 days of workouts. Welcome back. This is day 2 of your 5-day workouts. So for today, we're going to do what's called a triple circuit. So basically, and I'm going to choose 3 body parts as our main focus. So it's a split. We're going to work on chest, tricep, and core. So we have 9 exercises, 3 groups of 3, and you're going to circle around as many times as you'd like. So typically I'll do those 3 sets of exercises, 3 sets of different exercises, another 3 sets of different exercises, and if I'm not feeling complete, you're welcome to go back around 2 to 3 times, multiple sets, okay? So with that said, let's get started. So your first set of exercises is going to be the chest fly using dumbbells. It's also going to be tricep extension using resistant bands or dumbbells. I'll show you the option. And then crunches, okay? So that's our chest, tricep, core. Okay, so chest fly using dumbbells. Now I've got really light ones here because I am limited to what my options are for dumbbells. I wasn't prepared to be quarantined at home, so I've got limits. So typically I would normally go heavier, so I'm just using light ones for demonstration purposes because that's what I have. Okay, so with this one, you can do it flat on the floor, or you can do it at a raised surface like a step or stool, or a stool, I guess, like a bench, something like that you can use. With you being on the floor, just less range of motion, that's all. But it's just as effective, okay. And if you are less experienced, maybe the floor is a better option. So I'm gonna grab my mini step, which I used on the last segment. Doesn't give me a whole lot of room, but you know what? It works. So I'm gonna grab we'll pretend these are really heavy. Okay, so make sure you got some room here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna lay on your step, and this is your chest portion of this circuit. Okay, get myself down here, and I'm gonna slide myself back until my head is resting. There we go. Okay, but now my glute has to stay tight to stay up, okay? You're gonna bring your arms to the side with a slight bend, your palms facing the ceiling. And then from there, you're just gonna bring them up. There is maybe a slight bend in my arms, but mostly I'm keeping them straight. And the only reason I have a slight bend is going to protect my joints. As soon as they straighten out, when I go out there's pressure right in the elbow joint. But by releasing that just a little bit with the bend, it's very, very helpful. Okay, so I would do, now here's what you're gonna do for this exercise. I forgot to tell you. Do you know how long we're doing this for? 45 seconds. 45 seconds, okay? So it's good to have a timer around, maybe your watch, that can buzz at you every 45 seconds, but you're gonna go ahead and keep that form going. You know, and even though I have a light weight, if I had to keep going consistently for 45 seconds, I would definitely start to feel that. Okay, so that's your first set of exercise right there. That's your chest. Now tricep, we're gonna go ahead and do resistant band extension or the dumbbells, but I'll show you the dumbbell option considering I have it available to me right now. I'm just gonna move this back out of the way. So here we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab these because I got little ones, I wanna add a little more weight. So I'm gonna group them together, or just one single one from over top of my head, and I'm gonna drop down and extend. So your key to this one is to make sure your elbows stay pointing more or less forward, and they stay close to your ears, okay? So by my peripheral vision, I can pretty much see my arms, and they're close to my ears, we're good. What you don't wanna start doing is start pushing them out really, really hard on that shoulder joint and elbow. So keep it close and extend, and guess what? As I'm usually saying, my core is engaged. But if we were to do a resistant band option, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this, And so with the resistant band, this is how you work this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the floor. I'm gonna step close together because your triceps are not gonna be as strong. Okay, I'm just gonna test. And I'm gonna put the resistant band towards my heels because I need stability in the front of my foot. And also the bands are gonna go behind me. So I'm gonna bring them up. I'm gonna kind of lock them up behind me. I'm gonna place the bands close together, even locked together with your hands. You can even grip them both together. From there, you're going to extend and release. So I've got them locked together and my fingers are entwined to keep control of both of them. See, same result. A little bit more resistance, especially with this resistant band. Okay, but you've got to do it for 45 seconds. So keep in mind, engage that core. If you don't, what'll happen is you're standing, you'll start to go like this. You'll feel it in your lower spine. Keep the core engaged. Okay, it's all times, and this workout especially involves the core, which is next. We'll put this back. So your core element, and for simplicity, I didn't lay out a mat. You can totally grab your mat, throw it up there. But I'm just gonna get right down on my floor, and you're gonna do crunches. Simple, straightforward crunches. So here's your element. This is what you need to look for. So you're coming down to do your crunches. Okay, nice body straight. All right. Now, your goal is to, when you crunch, visualize your belly button sinking into the floor. You need to keep your neck open. So if I said I'm putting tomato right there, you want to hold it, but not squish it. And also don't let it fall. So somewhere between. So if you look at the ceiling, that will help to visual to keep your neck open. You may go ahead and prop your head in your arms, but you are not yanking. You're just letting your head rest in your arms. And then what you want to do is you sink the belly button to the floor, keep your chest open, crunch. There we go. We're going to take that core element, those packs of muscle tissue in your ab, that sheath that separates. We're going to bring that together and down. Now, every single time I go to do core, if I haven't done it in a day or two, let's say, I'll be honest, it'll shake. That's okay. Your core is usually a little bit shocked by that, but it gets going pretty quickly. And then the shaking will go. So crunch and release. Keep in mind, you've got to do that 45 seconds. So take those little rest points when you need one, okay? So that is circuit one, okay? You've got the chest, the tricep, core, and then you're gonna take a brief second to get a drink, reset yourself, and you're gonna go to the next circuit of exercise. So the next circuit of exercises, while I'm already on the floor, I'm gonna stay here, is going to be push-ups. I know, 45 seconds of push-ups. I'm gonna show you the option, you're gonna need it. You're gonna do tricep, single arm kickback, and I'll show you the option with dumbbells and rope, and then we're gonna go into plank hold. So, and maybe while I'm down here, I'll do the push-ups, the plank, which I don't recommend together because your arms are gonna be tired from push-up. To go right into plank, you're just gonna be shaking too much. So often I separate those, just so you know, okay? But for simplicity and demo, I'm gonna stay on the ground. Okay, so push-ups. Okay, so when you get into form of push-ups, all right, we're gonna come up nice and tall, plank form. Your butt is not in the air. That's downward dog. That's not what we're doing here. We're gonna be in this position, and I tell my clients, a bend is a win. Okay, you do not have to come all the way to the floor, but your core does have to be engaged. So if you're going, and after a few, you're like, I'm already done. You're gonna drop your knees. As soon as I see clients drop their knees, I see this. We are no longer doing push-ups. That is not a push-up. You do have to keep your weight over top the arms. Your body is still planked. The difference is you're not pulling as much body weight. And there we go, okay? So that's how you do that. Just remember, posture at all times, engage that core. Okay, so that's your push-up. So, normally we're gonna go up to our triceps, come back down to plank, but for simplicity I'll show you, your plank hold. Now you can choose a high plank, but a lot of people have wrist issues. And so I tend to recommend the low plank. It's also harder. I like it tougher. Okay, so we're gonna get down here. Elbows to the floor. If you need a pad, go for it. You're gonna hold that plank. Core engaged, okay? Neutral spine. If you need to, you can open your stance. Some people can rock it, because during that 45 seconds, just dying a little bit. And there's your plank. So remember, keep your butt down, body like a board. We're not gonna sink, and we're also not gonna stick our butt up, okay? So we need that core engaged. If you start to feel tension in that lower spine, you drop. Come back up. If it's there again, you're done. Pay attention to what your body is telling you, especially when it comes to the lower back. If your core is weak, you really gotta watch that one, okay? So not in the right order, we're gonna do the tricep. So with the tricep, we're gonna go ahead, do single arm kickback with the resistant band, but also show you how to do it with your dumbbells, okay? So I'm gonna grab my band here, medium resistant. This is how you do this one. So I'm gonna let that tension go. Grab here, fairly close, okay? Now, look at my posture again. What am I doing? I'm engaging my core. My butt is out. I'm bending over slightly. This is my anchor arm. This one will be extending back. So there, I'm gonna feel that out a little bit. There's my tension. I'm gonna extend that. Now tricep is activated and release. That front arm is just gonna act as sort of an anchor. And actually, guess what? In anchoring this, I've got two arms counteracting and working against each other. So this is awesome. Now when you've done 12 on one side, you can flip, not 12, I'm doing my other one. 45 seconds on one side, you're gonna do 45 seconds on the other. Or if your arm is dying, which by the way it will, tricep, you can probably split that timer 20 odd seconds on one, pause, 20 odd seconds on the other. It's totally an option that you have. Okay, but if you are like, I don't have a resistant band, or that exercise is just confusing me, possible. I'm gonna go ahead and grab your heavy weights. I'm just kidding, I just have these light ones. Remember, so you're gonna grab these weights, you're gonna bend back. I'm gonna do both of these arms rather than take the time to do one. I'm gonna bend here. I'm gonna lock my arm. I call this a skier position. So skiers are not going downhill like this typically, not mostly. Okay, neutral spine, chest down to the floor. Roll your shoulders back, everything is tight. Then you're gonna extend those elbows and bend. So what you don't wanna do is you don't wanna start, we're not slaloming, although that's tempting. Lock it, extend and release. Extend and release. Just like that. But remember, 45 seconds worth, you're gonna have to extend, release, and pause. Extend, release, and pause. You're gonna have to take those breaks because your triceps are gonna burn out. I just love that challenge, okay? So that is your 3 set right there. Starting with, we had the push-ups, then the tricep, and down to the plank, but again, I did it in different order. Okay, the last three exercises, in group of exercises is going to be, so again, chest, tricep, core. We are gonna do a low chest press. I'll show you how to do that with a chair and resistant band. It's pretty tricky. And this is gonna focus on the lower application of the chest tissue for lift. Yes. And then we're gonna do tricep dip on the chair. I feel like I just did that. But I love the chair, it is there, and it works to tricep, so why not? And then we're gonna do crunch reaches, okay? So I'll show you how to do these things. So let's start with that chest one, because then you're gonna think, what? Okay, so here's my chair, already anchored from my last workout, so I'm just gonna hammer these in here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this up here so you can see this a little better, okay? So I already have my resistant bands from the previous workout already wrapped around a couple of times, and then they're coming through to the sides, okay? Just like when I did the chair press, similar idea, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna sit on the floor, and you're gonna, now your angle is gonna be coming from higher, and you're gonna press down, working different chest tissue, kind of a creative way to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna come down here. It's gonna be kind of fun to see me do this. We'll see how well I do this here. Okay, I'm gonna grab one. I'm gonna grab the other. Okay, so first of all, what I want you to do is you can either have the rope or resistant band under your arm or over your arm. So I'm gonna test this out. This is really just kind of a test because from here, I'm gonna press. I can feel the chair coming against me, but because the resistant band is fairly low, this chair is not going to flip. So do you notice my positioning? I'm starting high, and then I'm pressing low. Starting high, and pressing low. There we go. This is more like high. When I come down here, Bring your arms in against those legs. You should feel the chest muscle engage. From high to low. And that'll work with that band just underneath like that. Okay, so that's your chest press high to low. And then we're gonna go into our core element, which is your crunch reaches. So we're just gonna move that chair out of the way. Slide that back. Okay, that's a little icy. Okay, crunch reaches. So this is very, very similar to the crunches, but you're just gonna have a little bit more movement and reach on this, okay? So, here we go. Back into crunch form, okay? So from here, I'm putting my hands, I get my clients do these all the time. I love them, they're very controlled. So my goal is to slide my hands up the front of my quads, all the way to my knees, or as close as I can get. If you can't reach, it's fine. What I don't want to see is people popping off the floor and dropping again. Just shoulder blades only. Again, belly button into the floor. Neck strong and supported. So you're just gonna reach up and release. Reach up and release. By doing that reach, it really will get you to have a larger movement. Just like that. Okay. So those are your crunch reaches. Whew, that was a good workout. So now that I've gotten 2 for the day, getting them back to back here. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed that. So again, how does this work out? 3 exercises: chest, tricep, core, chest, tricep, core, chest, tricep, core. Working through it 45 seconds, each movement, quick break, and so on until you get to the end. A little less cardio involved with this one, and that is okay. But you're gonna get a really good, nice muscle burn with such a long segment, doing 45 seconds per movement. And you're more than welcome to increase that to a minute or decrease it to 30 seconds if you're finding that 45 is too much. Totally up to you to kind of modify that how you need to. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe as well so that you can get those notifications when I post new videos, especially our next one, which is workout day 3. See you later. Bye.